Can I ask a question real quick to you? Because you were talking a few minutes before about...
I know what Jake wants.
Well, no. This is something different. Lying for lying's sake, and that it's not political and it's theological. Is it within the realm of possibility that this movement that we're fighting now is actually satanic?
What do you mean in the realm of possibility?
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, are you
Because there's
kidding?
no other explanation.
No, it's the definition.
Or it's
of it.
infiltration to
definition.
destroy
Of course,
America.
because it's not, look,
Or both.
what's not satanic is like the Sicilian mafia.
Right.
You know, they pimp out women, they loan shark, they sell heroin, but they do it because they want to get a bigger house in Far Rockaway. I get it.
It's money. It
It's
makes
money.
sense.
It's totally.
Yeah.
It's a commercial transaction. It hurts people. It's bad. It's illegal, but it's explicable.
Right.
I understand that.
Yes.
You know, what we're seeing now is not explicable. Mm-hmm. It's not. Why would a billionaire do? You know, you have $1 billion. You can't spend it all.
Right.
It's much deeper than that.
Right.
And why would you hate things that are true that don't affect you?
Right.
You can't stand to hear something that's just objectively true.
Which means
What is that?
you're evil.
The hatred of truth is the hallmark of darkness.
Yes,
obviously.
it is absolutely. Well, because because I think it's a very dark system that was created over I don't know how many centuries, but you know, I think it goes back to really dark times, and it's never disappeared. It's like they've been building and building for a really long
Well,
time.
you do see, I was thinking about this yesterday. I flew from Europe yesterday, so of course I had like 10 hours to read, which is usually bad. But I was thinking yesterday that there are certain periods in history where people become, I was thinking about the Spanish Civil War because I was flying from Spain, but I was also thinking about the French Revolution. I was thinking about the destruction of the temple in 70 AD in Jerusalem.
Two temples.
Yeah, 2 temples, but that was the last one that was destroyed by the Romans during the revolt. And there are these weird explosions of irrational hatred, rage, violence, where no one's actually winning, like they're killing for the sake of killing.
For the sake of killing.
Yes, and you see these throughout history, and like, what is that?
Yeah.
No one's actually benefiting from this. Killing people, making them suffer, humiliating them, torturing them, burning things down that you could steal, but you burn them anyway?
Yeah.
You saw this in our cities a couple
Yes,
of years
we did.
ago. Like, what is that?
Terror.
But it's not rational. Like, a terrorist, like ETA, the Basque separatist group, like they kill policemen so they could get a little closer to their goal, which was separating from Spain.
Makes
I
sense.
get it. It makes sense.
Right.
But murdering people just to murder them, burning their stuff when you could steal it, that's, again, a spiritual phenomenon.
Yes.
Well, to go on TikTok, it's like the Andy Warhol thing, 15 seconds of fame. I'm sure he said 15 minutes. But for the 15 seconds of TikTok fame, that's what they're doing it for, a lot of them.
Yes, but they're like seized by some spirit of destructiveness.
Well,
like,
it's a demon spirit.
that's it. And that's
demonic, absolutely.
always been here. It's and it emerges, and we lie to ourselves and imagine we've got it totally under control.
Yeah.
Everything can be explained rationally. That's why I hate this whole, they're in it for the money.
Yeah, no,
If
they're
you
not.
think that's all it's about, you're going to miss what's
You're gonna
actually
miss
happening.
what it's really
Well,
about.
you both got fired when you had the #1 television shows. You guys were both racking money in. Well, I'm just bringing it up now because it's obviously not about the money. Because if it's about the money, both of you'd still have your jobs.
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah, that's what gets me.
They
'cause
don't like what you were saying and what you were doing, and it's something that said we had to take them off. Fuck it. Fuck our stockholders. We're going to do it anyway. That's weird.
Well, I overheard in my writer's room one of the writers who was, in the Democrat thing. Well, they all were. But
Which one was not?
she said, I'm just afraid this show is humanizing Trump voters.
Yeah. Humanizing human beings. Wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah. I mean, think
People
about
can't
that.
hear themselves.
No, they can't.
I would never even think that about Biden voters. I think they're human beings. I think
Of course they are.
And I know some of them, and not a ton at this point, but I do know still some. And they're
I
human
have
beings.
all in my family, it's like, that's why I wanted to do the show I did, to show a Hillary hater and a Trump hater in
that's
the
right.
same family.
That's right.
And they still loved each other because I knew this terrible division they were pushing. And then they blame Trump for him.
know.
It's like the rape victim, and they humiliate her. That's why I said they treat Trump like a woman
I know.
in the
honor
press
killing.
because it's a rape victim that they harass, set up, frame, and then refused to. He doesn't even get a jury in that Letitia James trial.
I know.
So that's like it's a witch burning. It's not. He says witch hunt, but it's a witch burning. And he's not allowed. He's under gag order to say this is bullshit, which everybody knows it is. There's not even. It's not even a law case. It's lawfare gone mad, which the whole Democrat Party is just lawfare gone mad. Lawyers that can't get a job anywhere else but for corporations. And it gets me because there's nothing less democratic than a corporation.
Right.
For God's sake.
I have noticed that.
Yeah.
I would never work for one again, I'll tell you that.
No, I
ever,
would never.
under any circumstances.
No, I'd rather be on the street.
I'd rather be poor. Yeah, I've been poor. It's not preferable, but better than working for those people. Yeah.
It's something, isn't it?
Well, it's just
Remember I sent you that video when you got fired about it was you and it was a guy with your head, but he was tap dancing and he was getting thrown out and then he starts flying. Remember that? Do you feel like you're flying?
Well, I was not surprised. I mean, of course I was surprised. I didn't expect to get, my show canceled Monday morning, but I wasn't, if I took 3 steps back, I was not surprised at all. I mean, first of all, television's like that. People get fired. There are all kinds of lines that no one will explain explicitly. I'm a very literal person, so I would totally happy if I'm knowledge that I would always say, just write it down for me. Yeah. Oh, I can't say, can you just send me a text. I've got a bad memery. Yeah.
That's what I say too.
Oh, I can't be conservative on a conservative TV channel. Just write that down for me, if you would, just so I can have it as a reference point. Oh, well, the lines. No, I really don't, because I'm kind of stupid. So if you could just, so I knew on a gut level, I knew, they were very nice to me. I should say that and be clear about it. They were very nice to me the entire time I was there, but I could feel that they strongly disagreed in the war in Ukraine stuff.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that's what it was? I mean,
I don't know. I'm just speculating, but they really didn't like that at all. The January 6th stuff, they really didn't like.
That.
I think we had a bunch of people quit over that, and mostly I would say mediocrity. Like Chris Wallace should not be on television, or Jonah Goldberg, or so. You know what I mean? These are people who obviously the audience hated and shouldn't have been there in the first place. But they were so outraged because I said, it seems like there are probably a lot of feds in the crowd on January 6th. And now it turns out, of course, there were way more even than I imagined. The whole thing was a complete setup.
Yeah.
The whole thing was a lie, and it was used to put people in prison for expressing their constitutionally protected rights.
A 3-time Purple Heart winner.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Oh, and
they have no shame.
Oh, you see